What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the ProtoART. We're back with lesson number 3, and with this one I'm going to kind of show you how to implement what we learned so far with creating patterns and sequences, and we're going to remake the Lil Wayne A Milli beat, at least the rhythm section of it. It's produced by a producer who goes by Bangladesh, and if you open your Reason project and for whatever reason the mixer is missing, you can simply go to create, and you're going to go to create mixer 14-22. There you go. So to begin, it's the same thing as we've done before. Go to create, redrum, drum computer. So this time I want to make sure that you have your tempo right. You're going to set it to 80. If it's not done already, you can just click in there, type in 80, and then hit enter. Tempo is right. Okay. So we're going to do the following steps. First, I'm going to want you to go into using exclusive drum kits today. So first things first, you're going to look for the bass drum. It's going to be called BD Boomer. So you're going to go to our row number 1, and we're going to go to Reason Factory Sound Banks, drum kits, exclusive drum sorted, bass drums, and we're going to look for BD as in bass drum Boomer. All right, and you're going to type in the boxes 1, 4, 7, 11, and 14. Once you have that done, you're going to go to the second row, and you're going to load the next bass drum. This time, in the bass drum, it's going to be called Robotnik. So we're going to go find one, Robotnik. There we go. There you go. And now that we have that selected, we're going to choose the following boxes: 1, 4, 7, 11, and 14. All right. Now we have our bass drum all set up, and it just needs to find the right clap. So we're going to go to our row number 3. So for our clap, I'd say choose one of your own liking. So I went into the Reason Factory Sound Bank. I'm just going to leave it as clap boom. I'm going to hit OK. And then next up, you're going to make a second pattern. So I'm going to go and choose pattern number 2. And on the layer number 4 here, the row number 4, you're going to go into the folder under snare drums. And we're going to look for one called SD Giant Step. So, snare drum. There we go. All right, now that we have that, under that row number 4, you're going to choose the following boxes: 1, 4, 5, 7, 11, 4, and 14. I may have forgotten to mention under the snare option for pattern 1 to put 5 and 13, and that will give you where your snare is supposed to land. Now the next step is to copy the pattern sequences. We just made 2 patterns. Copy those both into our sequence here, our sequencer. To do that, you're going to go under your first pattern and make sure we're between our loop markers. That would be the left and right arrow. So I'm going to move my right marker to about the number 3. And I'm going to click on my redrum drum machine and go to edit. And you're going to say copy pattern to track. Right here. You can also access that by right clicking, or sorry, if you don't have the right click option, holding down Control and clicking and saying copy pattern to track. So now we have our first pattern copied to our track. So to copy our second pattern to the track, we're going to move our right marker to 5, and we're going to move our left marker to 3. And it's going to be the same idea. So we're going to make sure we have our second pattern selected now. and that contains our snare drum that we just did. And the same concept. With that selected, you're holding down Control, or you can go to Edit and copy pattern to track. Either way works. And that copied our second pattern to the track. Now within the sequencer, make sure that you untick the pattern button. Otherwise, when you press play, it will play both within the sequencer or the drum computer, the machine here, as well as in our sequencer below. We don't want that. We just want one to play at a time. So now we have everything done. We can move our L marker all the way to the left again, and we can press play. Here we go. So rewind our track. Make sure I have my loop on. I'm just going to hit the space bar. So now we have our pattern created, and we've kind of figured out how we can implement multiple patterns in our sequence there. So I know that was a little confusing. Rewind if needed, but essentially you're making your pattern up top. You're gonna make it as complex as you want to. If you want a second part to that pattern, you can choose a different box, implement that pattern by highlighting the boxes below here. And then once you're all satisfied with that, either go to Edit, Copy Pattern to Track, or you can hold down Control and hit Copy Pattern to Track, and that will bring the pattern that you just created into that bottom sequencer, where you could then further edit and arrange it if you want to. But with that being said, let's move on to lesson 3. And before you do, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Talk to you soon.